Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is J.P. the Outlaw. Here to give you my review and results for the Elimination Chamber. February 16th, 2019. Before we get into this pod, last week I was supposed to be giving you guys the review for Raw, SmackDown, News, and Rumors. I'm going through some stuff at my job currently. Pettiness that I have to deal with just to get the day done. So, that's neither here or there. We're here to talk wrestling, to talk the results. Just to say, just a little quick caveat to that. There's a reason why I started this podcast. And I would like to say that I took a gamble on me, and I think that gambling on myself is probably the best thing for me, because I don't like working for people. I don't like working with people. People are fickle. People are fake. Little Daniel Bryan right there. So, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it without any further delay. Just to go over the results really fast. Buddy Murphy wins the Cruiserweight Championship, retains the Cruiserweight Championship on the kickoff show. Fantastic match. I really would like for them to start using the Cruiserweights better. I hate that they put the Cruiserweights on the pre-show, which pretty much negates whatever the fuck they're doing. You dig me? So, I would love for them to give them a better highlight, probably put these guys back on Monday Night Raw to really showcase the Cruiserweights and what they can do in the ring. And plus, you got 3 hours. So, 1 hour can be committed for your upper mid-card because your championship is not there. So, you can make that your final hour. 1 hour can be committed all to the ladies. Your Ronda Rousey's, the new women's tag team championship. All that can be committed to another hour. And then the Cruiserweights can take the first hour, which would really do them better if they take up that whole first hour. You get maybe 3 Cruiserweight matches, a little bit of Cruiserweight details, and then you move on. Elimination Chamber for the Women's Tag Team Championship. The Boss and Hug Connection wins the Women's Tag Team Championship for the new era. Now, when they first announced this match, and they had that match about a week ago, where Sasha Banks and Bayley would be the first entrants in the Elimination Chamber, I thought to myself, well, they can't win this one. There's no way they're going to last all the way to the end. I thought that they was going to give the title to Tamina and Nia Jax, but as far as the match go, the first half of this match was awful, garbage. The second half of this match really picked up, really turned it around for me, because at this point I'm like, all right, I'm about to turn this shit off because it's really doing nothing at all for me. But a fantastic showing from all women, from all the women included. I hear rumors that Corey Graves and Carmella are currently seeing each other, and so that could be a little bit of backstage heat on Carmella, because Corey Graves cheated on his wife with her. So we'll talk more about that on the JP report this weekend, hopefully. And we'll get more details on that. But they got eliminated pretty fast in this whole elimination thing. Like I said, I'm happy that the Boss and Hug Connection really did it big. Really showcased the women in a different light. And what better 2 women to hold down this division than 2 of the best workers that you currently have on your roster. So, as far as the women are concerned. Tag team title match was between The Miz and Shane McMahon versus the New Day, the Usos. And the Usos pick up the win here. Of course, Shane McMahon went for his dive off the top rope. He went for the coast-to-coast, ate a super kick from one of the Usos. The match was okay. Less Shane McMahon, like I said, and you would do better for your program. I think so. Nobody likes the boss's son being a dick. So, just throwing it out there. A handicap match for the Intercontinental Championship. Bobby Lashley versus Lio Rush and Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush versus Finn Balor. Of course, Finn Balor picks up the win here. Pretty much the tell of this match was just Finn pretty much doing everything he can to hold off Bobby Lashley. Of course, they threw Lio Rush in there to eat the loss because apparently Finn Balor can't beat a Bobby Lashley, which is fucking ridiculous. Pretty much takes away all of Finn Balor's credibility if you can't beat a Bobby Lashley or anybody within a Bobby Lashley body shape. Same thing happened with Brock Lesnar last month at the Royal Rumble. For whatever reason, they don't think that Finn Balor can pretty much beat these guys. You're bullying him as the ordinary man that can do extraordinary things. If that's the case, let him do some extraordinary things like beat Brock Lesnar, beat a Bobby Lashley, pin these guys, especially Bobby, because Bobby's trash, And I would hate to say that they only gave him the title for Black History Month. Lord knows I'm a black guy, but that's pretty much what just happened. He had it for the whole month of February. He drops the title here, okay, well, here it is the 18th or the 17th, but he had it for about like a month going into Black History Month. So, yeah, I guess this was a somewhat title reign. I don't see why you would take the title off of Bobby unless if you plan on feuding him with a Finn Balor, which would make most sense. Like I said, Lio Rush was only here to eat the pin. I would have loved to see a Finn Balor Lio Rush match, a true Finn Balor Lio Rush match, not no bullshit WWE match. I'm talking indies or New Japan style type of matchup with these two guys because they both can go in the ring. So I would definitely love to see that. Ronda Rousey defeats Ruby Riott for the women's title for submission. Who didn't see this coming? Who did not see this coming? Now, the caveat to this is you had Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair was at ringside. She had just defeated Asuka on a WWE live event the night before. Becky Lynch came out to attack Charlotte and pretty much got the shit beat out of her on the live event. Now, they showed this during the matchup with Ruby Riott. You feel for Ruby Riott here because they gave Ruby Riott zero fucks about, just being promoted, being there. Like, they really do not care about Ruby, which is fucked up because she has a whole faction that could have at some point got involved and made this match very interesting, even though they was inside the Elimination Chamber earlier in the night. But you just did it with Bobby Lashley. We'll get to that. But the match here was, 5 minutes total? And pretty much it was all around the Royal Rumble build. The WrestleMania build. And with that WrestleMania being built up the way it's supposed to be, you would expect this to be more of a quick match. How I would have did it. Let me give you how I would have booked this whole segment. First of all, Ruby Riott versus Ronda Rousey would have never happened. Okay, let's get that all the way out the way. I would have had Becky Lynch come out to a Asuka versus Charlotte match for the women's title of SmackDown Live. With that, you can build proper heat because, first of all, you got Charlotte fighting for the championship of SmackDown. She's already scheduled to go up against Ronda Rousey at the Royal Rumble, at the fucking WrestleMania. So, the allure here would be Ronda Rousey could win, Charlotte could win both women's championships, unifying the titles. You dig me? But you have Becky come out, do everything that Becky did tonight to a Charlotte Flair. And you have Ronda looking on from the back and in a menacing look, with a menacing face on her face. She has a good menace. So you can do that with Ronda Rousey. But we'll go over what they actually gave you here. And what they gave you with Ronda Rousey was a 5-minute match. Ronda Rousey getting brutalized from a crippled Becky Lynch. Shout out for the Kill Bill jumpsuit that she had on. I don't think anybody else seen that. Shout out for that. Ronda Rousey was wearing the Sonya Blaze or Sonya Blade outfit from Mortal Kombat 11 or Mortal Kombat 11. She's going to be the voice of Sonya Blade in that game. So this was, like I said, this whole segment could have not happened. I could have been better without this segment. Becky Lynch is suspended. She should not be there. But here we have Becky Lynch hobbling her ass into the ring. Not only hobbling her ass, she went by like 5 security guards just to get into the ring to beat the shit out of Charlotte and Ronda. Now, Ronda, after beating her half to death, okay, which I don't think Ronda is good at selling or knowing how to work. Because if you look at how Becky beat the shit out of Charlotte, Charlotte took that shit like a champ. Where you had fucking Ronda Rousey flaring all around and shit. Becky so happened to be swinging this goddamn crutch so hard. You see this bruise on Ronda Rousey's head. So I don't know if she has a concussion or not. But it clearly was a botch. Clearly, I know both sides did not want that to work out the way it did. So, like I said, you didn't need none of this. You could have done something simpler, easier, and better. Leave a comment down below if you think my suggestion for the Becky Lynch attack could have been done better, okay? Or my suggestion was better. Leave a comment down below. Moving on. You have Baron Corbin versus Braun Strowman. Now, this match was a no disqualification match, gimmick match, of course. That's only because Braun Strowman does not know how to work in the ring. He's a big guy. So, you don't have your big guys working like a cruiserweight or a light heavyweight or a middleweight of that situation. So, with him being the stature that he is, you would think Baron Corbin, who's about his size, maybe, give or take, a couple of pounds, you would think Baron Corbin, height-wise, they're the same height. So you would think of Baron Corbin would be able to beat Braun Strowman. The whole issue with Braun last month was Braun taking another loss to Brock Lesnar. So here you have Braun taking a loss to Baron Corbin, and you didn't want him to look weak. Now, I know you had outside interference from a Bobby Lashley, and also outside interference from Bobby Lashley. You had Drew McIntyre come down via the ramp. Bobby Lashley attacks Braun from behind, and then they commence to do the Shield powerbomb, which is all three men lifting up Braun Strowman to powerbomb him through tables. So, one, this is just lazy writing all the way around, okay? Two, Baron Corbin needs regular wrestling gear. I'm tired of seeing him looking like a barista from Starbucks. Three, fucking why have Bobby Lashley at the end of his segment with Lio Rush attack Lio Rush, okay, which looks like a babyface heel turn to me, attacks Lio Rush, and then comes back out later in the night to attack Braun Strowman. I'm not with all the double booking. I think for the most part, if this is where you're at, stay there. Because I think that's how wrestling should be. Braun, like I said before, Braun is just a big gimmick. It's fucked up. You look at Braun a year ago this time, Braun was hot as white rice. And now he's about as lukewarm as a fucking coffee on a cold December day. So, I don't know what you do with a Braun Strowman. I don't know how you bounce a Braun Strowman back after everything that's been done to Braun. Okay? So, I would love to see how do you make this up? How do you fix your mistakes here? Okay? Finally here, you guys, we go into the Elimination Chamber. And, fantastic match. Fucking fantastic match with these guys. I would say, two things. One, was not expecting the ending. And I'm pretty much every YouTuber in the world could give you that same result. Daniel Bryan defeats AJ Styles, Kofi Kingston, Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, Samoa Joe in the Elimination Chamber to retain his hemp title. Okay. I thought this match was pretty good. I thought it was paced out very well. I would have to say Kofi through all of this pretty much held down the pretty much held his own out there against certified main eventers. Not saying that Kofi could not be a main eventer. I would like to see him, after being in this spot and being highlighted very well, I would like to see Kofi Kingston go up against Daniel Bryan on a one-on-one at Fastlane, because I think he's earned that. I would love to see Kofi Kingston break away from the New Day. I think it's time. No group that's been together this long has, let's say, retained their heat. So I would love to see the New Day break up and pretty much let I would pretty much want to see them do something better here. Do something better with this with what they're doing with Kofi, because I think Kofi has the makings of the makings of a Coco Beware, and that's charisma wise. As far as in ring wise, he reminds me of a young Scorpio, Too Cool Scorpio. Remember Too Cool Scorpio from WCW? He reminds me of him. So I would love to see them do more with a Kofi Kingston after this match here. Of course, Samoa Joe, fantastic. Just his presence is the shit. Joe is the man. AJ Styles, of course, phenomenal performance here tonight. It was a spot where he was going for a Frankensteiner. The Frankensteiner got reversed. AJ lands on his feet and hits him with a insecurity, which I thought was fucking fantastic. Same thing about the Takeru Ozawa spot earlier in the match with earlier in the night with Buddy Murphy, and where Takeru Tozawa, Buddy Murphy looked like he was going for a top rope side slam or something of that nature, but Takeru Tozawa reverses it in midair and pretty much does a Frankensteiner off the top rope. I thought it was fantastic. And that's pretty much your results and review, you guys. I will be back later today, probably tomorrow. I got some time off, so I will be back tomorrow with a review of Monday Night Raw and probably some gameplay. If you have time, please check us out on Twitter, JP Outlaw 4525. Check us out on Twitter, man. I'm starting to play games on there, and I want to see what you guys like over there on Twitter. Of course, check us out on all our social media sites. All one word, JP Outlaw Labcast. Can't miss it, okay? Can't miss it. Especially check me out on Twitter. I do most of my traffic there. And to all my Wrestling Aminos fans, please just leave a comment. I love you guys. You guys keep me going throughout the course of the day, Yeah, and I will be back with Monday Night Raw. Peace in the grease, you guys. I am JP the Outlaw, and I am out.